This is it. This is it. I'm not holding anything back here, okay? This is the one that matters for me. This is for me what will determine the game cycle for me, really, and that is career mode. Career mode is a game mode which has so much potential, and so much is clearly lacking from it. So much is missing from it. I desperately hope that they do something good here. But I will say it now, and I'll say it early. What I think will happen is that I think they'll give us a bare minimum here. And then I think for the next FIFA, the EAFC, which should be the first non-FIFA game made by EA, I think it'd be that game when they drop all the cool features, right? I think it'd be that game when they make it big. Because it needs to give it a big reason for people to buy into it, because it's the first one of that new era. We've got 3 minutes left until the official career mode deep dive trailer. I don't know how long this video will be, but I will go through it with you guys here. But I will say now, tell me down below in chat here, what is for you the bare minimum for you to be okay or happy with career mode this year? What features do they have to drop into this for you to be happy? Alright lads, before we get into today's video, we've got ourselves another shirt pack opening here from our boys over at 365kitshirts.com. And let's see what we have for today. It will be... Oh, fuck. What year even is this? It's a Marseille Panasonic. We got an OG retro Marseille shirt. I don't even know what year this even is, but my god. Let's try this bad boy on. Oh, this is suave, this. Thank you to the lads over at 365 Kit Shirt. I'll leave a link down below at top of the description for the best replica shirts, if it's for the brand new shirts or retro. Link is at top of the description, and also use code VZH at checkout. Of course, these are great value shirts, which I love wearing day by day, and especially if you do have kids like I do, then this also helps out a lot as well. So link is down below. And thank you lads for the help, and let's get into today's video. Now I have already seen that they will be, you can play with in real life managers. It's already in, you can already see it here, right? You can already see here in the trailer, you can see Pep Guardiola, Conte, Gerrard, Vizeh. We know that you can play as in real life managers. I don't care. For me, that is not a feature that should be uploaded. Genuinely, it should not be. Because I don't mind it. It's cool to have as like a little side quest sort of thing. Like, oh, you can also do this as well. That's what it should be. It should be like, oh, you can do this as well. But with all these other big things, right? I swear if I go into this and it's just like, hey, you can play as Pep Guardiola now, even though he's already in the game in the first place, just now just making him unlocked. But it doesn't really change the experience. It's just like in like the press conferences. It's like, okay, now you're Pep. It's the same experience, just with a different skin, essentially. I don't want that. For me to be happy, I will tell you my honest thoughts. I need 5 things. One of these 5 things, and I'll be like, okay, let's go. Big movements. Number 1, and I'll keep fucking saying it, staff. I want to play a football simulator game. I want a realistic footballing experience. Give me staff in a football management game. Should not be hard to really think of. Should be the bare minimum in the first place. Should be one of the first things you think of. So, staff, first thing. Facilities, second thing. I want to improve my training facilities. I want to improve my staff facilities. I want to improve my youth facilities. I want to improve my stadium. I want to improve the fucking burger bars and the vans outside the stadium to bring in more money, to bring in more impact on the finances. That's what I want. I want my decisions to make a difference here. I want to think about what I want for my stadium. Do I put more money into my stadium, which can make me more money? However, I'll have less money for the meantime to go and spend on players. It's called a dynamic, where my experience in my career mode is different to yours. That's number 2. Number 3, different player potentials. Again, the development of a player should be different in mine than what it is to yours. My save should be different to your save. Let's say we both sign Adeyemi in your save at Man United, and I sign him at Burnley. He should be 2 very different players because of United with his training facilities, with his staff facilities, with the staff team of how good they are, and for the higher level he's playing, he should improve a lot more faster than what my Adeyemi does at Burnley with the lower and lesser quality league and the facilities. But nowadays, in current FIFA, it feels like they both go up in the exact same way, sometimes even if they're not even playing. So, Number 3, I want to have much more of a dynamic potential. And also, when players are like 30s of age, they don't just collapse just because of age, because that's not how football works. In FM, you could have Lukaku at the age of 37, 38, and still smash in the league. Because if he's still performing, he shouldn't go down in stats. It's only when he gets an injury and doesn't perform, then he should go down in stats. Number 3 is there. Number 4, I want a lot more in terms of the actual youth facilities too. If that's if that is a under 21 league, if that is much more in depth into going into a youth team, academy, caring a lot more about that, because right now it's very basic. This isn't one of my main things. However, it will be cool, especially if you are a top 6 team or Team Premier League, which has like a very big youth team for some Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea. It gives you a lot more to care about for your youth team. Use your real life youth players that's in the development squads and have them perform as well. I think it'd be really cool. And number 5, I'm thinking number 5 here as well. Sponsor. And number 5, to improve simply the creative club experience. I want to be much more into the sponsors. I want to be a lot more customization into it. Because I feel like last year, the stadium customization, yeah, it's cool and that. But I feel like there's something missing there. I feel like there's a lot more that can be done in terms of also, these are just more things, well, not just like sponsors for the team, for creating a club, but also in terms of you can have much more immersion into the dynamics of your board and also your fan affinity. Your board may not like you, but your fans love you, right? There needs to be more of a fan rating too, because right now it's just one big all-around sum in top left corner, and there needs to be more detail behind it. So, for example, you could have a setting, like a challenge setting, as another idea, where you can have a setting where it's a hardcore mode, and if your fan affinity goes below 30%, then you're sacked on the spot. You get shouted out by the fans, you get called out by the fans, you lose your job. Make it a bit more challenging. And there's so many more ideas as well. But lads, we have got officially 15 seconds until we're going to begin the deep dive. Those are 7 ideas where I've just spoken about what we want in it as a bare minimum. So please, lads, do not let us down. Let's go.
Welcome to our breakdown of everything new and exciting in career mode for FIFA 23. With us to get into the finer details is Sheldon and our FIFA 23 producers. Let's get started.
Thanks, Derek. So today we're talking about everything new with career mode in FIFA 23. And here to talk about it are Alex and Yonel from the development team. Hey, guys.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Sheldon. Happy to be here.
Excited to have you joining us because there's so many new things to cover, from playable highlights to authentic managers. We even have a new menu. We'll get to that in just a second, but first,
No
Alex,
way! Okay, come on.
Player career personality.
Player personality is one of the major
points.
features in player career this year. It's a fluid system that drives a personal connection to your player, and it lets you define your character both on and off the pitch. For example, deciding whether or not you should pass the ball to a teammate or making a shot attempt on your own, that contributes towards developing your personality in a certain direction. And we have 3 different personality types, each type of decision contributing to those. So we have Mavericks, they're opportunists on the pitch, aggressively chasing goals and individual glory, and they act on intuition and they seek stardom off the pitch as well. Virtuosos are skillful and intelligent. They use their technique to change matches and act spontaneously, both on and off the pitch. And last but not least, heartbeats are, as the name implies it, the heartbeat of the team. They read the game one step ahead of opponents. They lead by example off the pitch. As I said, it's not just about what you do on the pitch.
Oh my good lord, they've actually got things to do with my player. You've got investments. You can actually have money to spend. Investments, Fornap, okay, microfinance. So what happens with this? Do you improve your world standing potentially? Cloth branding, not clothes branding, cloth branding. Great. Okay. The little feature there about, I don't know if that just like is it a cool little gimmick? Is it like power ups? We read it later on. Okay.
But about the activities that you engage with off the pitch as well. You can visit an injured teammate in the hospital, you can buy a sports car, lots of activities that you can do that have an impact on your personality as well.
Shopping,
what's great about the system is that it evolves.
It's like jumpers for goalposts. Literally a game that was made over a decade ago. They finally put it in there. Teddy's in the making. Let's go. Dubs.
Play the game, so you may start out as a Maverick, which in turn will unlock specific attribute boosts that are associated to the Maverick playstyle. So for example, attributes such as finishing could end up being boosted if you're really evolved as a Maverick, whereas as a Heartbeat, you might see other attributes being boosted if you get to a certain personality level.
No one's picking that.
So there's a lot of freedom.
No one's picking that.
System, like I said, so we're excited.
Everyone's picking Maverick, bro. Everyone wants to be the main striker and like have like the highest finishing. No one wants to be a fucking cam, okay? Or come on, let's be real here. Everyone's a striker. If you play career mode and if you play like my play career mode and you do not play striker, then something's wrong here. I'm sorry. Like it's just wrong.
Excited to see what decisions our players will make
and that's normal.
in the game.
Okay, that's the same
We hear
thing.
it so often from the community. Players want to progress in their career, win those big matches throughout a season, but they just don't have time to play the full 90 minutes. Are there any other options here in FIFA 23?
We really want to bridge the gap between that dedication of playing a 90-minute match and risking it all with a quick sim just to get to the end results. And to that extent, we've developed a new feature called Playable Highlights, which allows you to only play the highlights of the match, the situations which would have an outcome that influences the result directly. It's also very attributes driven, depending on the quality of the...
There's like a little slow motion thing as well. A little slow motion. It feels like it's more like a power up. You can kind of already do this in the game, where like, you can just sim the entire game and jump in for the last 20 minutes, but I guess this is more for when the highlights of the sim is happening that you can jump in then. You can already do this though. In like if you want to do this, you can already do this, I imagine. Well, I know because I did it. But okay.
The two teams facing each other, so lots of variation in there. A very exciting feature that kind of presents itself as a highlight reel.
Yonel, can you take us through the new menu this year?
New menu.
Absolutely, and I'm actually excited about this because our players are spending a lot of time in the menu,
Where's the menu?
in career mode specifically. So there's a lot of interactions within the career mode UI. So we're happy this year to streamline all of that, implement a new interface that allows you to get to what you need really fast, spend less time navigating, and spend more time actually actively thinking about how to best manage this time.
Youth staff. I need more of that. Youth Academy. I need more of that. This isn't technically a new menu. It kind of is the same, just with a different color scheme. But okay, keep going.
The pitch. So it's covering a lot of key features from the game, and we're excited to allow our players to interact with this new system and get immersed in the career mode universe.
Another new feature coming to FIFA 23 are dynamic moments in career mode. So can you explain what these moments are?
As you know, we've been doing a good job at celebrating success when it comes to winning trophies. Now we've added some new cinematic sequences, which would focus on the celebration of switching clubs or transferring players in and out of your squad to improve it. But at the same time, we have focused on other moments of player career as well.
If a new star signing arrives at your club, you might see something happen with said player, or if you're achieving a key moment in your player career mode journey, you could also see that highlighted as well. So there's a lot of fist bumping going around, a lot of moments where you get to be surrounded by your squad mates, and it's something that's really immersive, it's really fun, and it's something that really brings you into that career mode universe that you're creating for yourself.
Okay, cutscenes, cinematics, similar to the journey. I do feel like they didn't really utilize the kind of same resources that they had in the journey and also put it into career mode. So they're basically taking what they had in the journey, that similar sort of aesthetic, and putting it into the My Play as well, a bit more than what they did last year. It's cool. It's a cool little thing. I don't mind it. I think there should be more things on top of that, but that is a cool little thing to have. The new menu thing, I don't think it looked like that much different, but we'll keep going. We'll talk about that too on.
Speaking of transfers, it's almost like an art. You learn as you go. How is this all going to play out in FIFA 23 as we learn along the way, signing new players?
So as you've mentioned, Sheldon, the transfer window is one of the most exciting times for us as football fans. So we're happy to complement that experience in career mode this year. We've built a new transfer evaluation feature that will give you an analysis of all the transfers that you're doing. So after each transfer, you will see this new feature. Evaluate.
Complete waffle. You're not showing us anything new. This is the exact same shit. Show me something.
How well you've done as a negotiator, or highlight where your new signing could best fit in your squad. It would also give you hints as to how you can improve your negotiation moving forward, maybe get a better price for your players, or maybe even get a better deal for players that you want to sell on further in your career mode playthrough as a manager.
And not just our managers getting smarter.
And you get a rating based on the price of the player that you bring in as well. So a B, so each player you bring in, you get a rating by the board. That's cool. Hopefully that go towards something as well.
Here, can you tell us how the AI is becoming more strategic in game?
But none of what you just said made any sense. That is waffle, it's jargon. It's just saying something for sake of it. Nothing was new in that entire cutscene.
The CPU AI system analyzes all of these parameters in a much more intelligent way. So what this means is that you will see your opponent make much more informed and better decision depending on the outcome of the different situations that you generate in game. If I'm really dominating a match and I score 1-2 goals, you may see your opposition make some more offensive-minded substitutions to try to claw back into the game.
Should that not be what they do anyway? I'm sorry, this isn't a feature, this isn't anything new. This should be what they should be doing in the first place. I don't get it. Again, it feels like he's just kind of just saying stuff for the sake of saying stuff. It's just jargon here again. Like, yeah, when you go 2-0 up, usually your opponent should bring on more attacking players to try and win a game. I thought that should be just a normal thing. But, okay, cool, keep going.
And we're excited to see this play out in these lengthy career mode seasons.
Lastly, can you take us through the all-new authentic managers in FIFA 23?
Oh, yes.
This feature has been a really long time coming. FIFA 23 finally brings you the ability to step in the shoes of some of the world's most famous managers. You can actually pick from the authentic likeness of any authentic manager that we have in the game, and you can put them at the helm of their current club, take them on to a different club if that's a scenario that you want to play out, or even put them at
this still looks
the helm of a club that you create and manage on your own as well. So you can choose your manager, you can customize their appearance, you can lead your club to glory in the shoes of some of the...
But that was already in the game. Like, all the managers are still in the game. You just made it now, just ticked a box and was like, okay, now you can have them for your own team. It's not a feature. It was already in the game in the first place. It doesn't change anything, other than you have a cool little face now instead that you recognize.
World's most known managers.
There it is. We've covered it all with new updates coming to player career, manager career, and the new menu. Alex, Yonel,
what's the new... I need to pause this. What's the new menu here? What am I looking at here that's different? Is it this singular box here? Is this the singular box? Is this... That's not a new menu. That's not. That should not be lauded as a new menu. Surely not.
Menu. Alex, Yonel, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks a lot.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Back to you, Derek.
Well, that looks pretty special. We'll be there every step.
Mate. No, having the option to play as a real life manager is not a feature, because it was already in the game to begin with. You already saw Pep and Klopp and Conte. You already saw them in the game to begin with. They were already there. You just now ticked a box which now made them available for you to now manage, I guess, and be in more cutscenes. That's not a feature. That's not. Please stop pretending that's a feature, for fuck's sake. The only thing here that I like, there's a lot more hype and a lot more things put into my player. So this part here, the investments, decisions, shopping, I hope this does more. So I presume that you, by your decisions here, by commit to improving or read a book by a club legend, I guess that is just to give you more points based on your this system. So Maverick, Heartbeat, I kind of feel like this is kind of more buzzwords though, I'll be honest here. Like, does this really make that much of an impact? I guess it's more this is specified towards certain different types of stats that you want to improve faster. So like Maverick is more finishing and pace, and Heartbeat is more passing and ball control, and Virtuoso, whatever the hell that is, I forgot what that is already. But yeah, order a suit from a top designer, 25 grand. So you got your contract with money, so you can spend that money. But you've already got 1.6 million. This is only 25k, so it seems very small. That, but okay, maybe if you're in the lower tiers, you can get contracts. We could give you more. So basically, the higher you go up, the more money that you get from your new contract. Therefore, the faster that you can go and get these new points. I guess that it's something. It's something. This feature here, you can already do to begin with. This isn't a feature. This playable highlights, it's not a feature. You can do this anyway. I don't know why they're acting like it's a new feature, because you can already just sim the game to begin with your pro, and then jump into a game at any time you want. So I did this all the time, that I just sim the entire game to the 75th minute, and then I can just jump in and play the last 50 minutes to go score that big goal into the game. This isn't a new feature. This is something that you can already do. New menu, waffle. This looks like it's a different color scheme. You got Scout, and that's kind of cool. It's something. It's something new. I wish there were more than that. There's youth staff, but I can't see any other facilities or staff or anything. I think this is already in the game, which is just your youth academy scouting, I believe. Player moments, just cutscenes, cute little cutscenes. It's fine. There's transfer analysis, complete jargon. Nothing there means anything whatsoever. I don't know what he's on about. And AI tactics, again, it's nothing. Like saying, if you go 2-0 up, your AI would then sub on attacking players trying to win a game. Well, my gosh, I can't. What the fuck are they doing in the other games before that? What were they doing? Were they bringing on more defenders? What were they doing? Like, if I'm kind of confused by the sentence. Like, what were they doing to begin with if they weren't already doing this? Like, if you go 1-0 up, your opponent team, your opposition team, brings on more attackers trying to win the game. Again, that shouldn't be a feature. Again, I don't want to sound really negative here, but I'm tired of people uploading things that should be already as a given. Again, there's no online career mode, no facilities, no staff, no sponsors, no real customization, no real youth academy, no nothing. It's the exact same experience. Other than, I guess, my player would be different, would be a bit different as well. But in terms of actual manager experience, the only thing that I can gather is that there's one new menu, and you can then play as Pep Guardiola, which was already in the game to begin with, but now you can just tick him. This isn't anything new. I'm sorry, it's not. None of this is anything new. As I said at the start, I feel like they're gonna have their big features, the online career mode, for example. They're gonna have that for the new EAFC game, because that'd be the first game of a brand new era. So they're going to want something big for that. That's what I imagine will happen. But man, for this, bro, if you want to play career mode and you play FIFA just for career mode, then don't bother. Genuinely don't bother. Unless if you play my player, maybe there'd be a bit more for you there. There may be a bit more for you there. But if you enjoy playing this normal career mode, manager career mode, bro, then just wait until it goes down to a lower price. Genuinely. That's what I would say. I don't think it's awful, but I feel like for a game like FIFA, with the company, with EA, of how much money they make of this game, I do feel like there should be a lot more. And none of this is anything. Genuinely, none of this is anything other than the little personality, and you can spend some things with your money on my player. That's fine. I like that. The rest couldn't really make much difference to me, really, in the grand scheme of things, for what I want in a game. So yeah, tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. I can see my chat here. They're not really the biggest of fans. But I'll see you guys another time for another video. This is my brutally honest opinion on the career mode, and I think that justifies the title. Tell me your thoughts. I'll see you next time.